I'm gonna be real with you. 90% of judokas cannot land their throws in fighting scenarios, randori, competition, sparring, etc. And it's because they are making the same mistake I used to make. I'm gonna go outside with the grappling dummy and show you what mistake that is and how you can correct it before you actually ruin your judo. Okay guys, so don't mind the ripped pants. I call these the work pants whenever I'm out filming a judo demonstration or a workout. Got the dummy here to show you guys what I mean. Okay, so this is the reason why a lot of guys that are maybe like 2 years into judo at least can't land their throws. And I'm taking this from anecdotal experience within myself. I got pretty good at judo within the first couple months. A lot of you guys know within my first 5 months, that's when I did my first competition. Won first place, landed 2 clean uchimatas. But the main struggle that I had, even though I knew I had some good momentum and I was doing really good for a beginner, I became like an intermediate level guy pretty fast, right? But I was still struggling with that dissatisfaction of not being able to throw at will, like my main throw that I wanted at practice in randori with guys who were at my level or slightly above. I was always punching above my weight because I knew I could do it, because I had that confidence. And it really comes from experience, number one. It wasn't until I started doing lots of randori, a lot more, but not only at that club, like I started going to this other club which was more competitive with more competitive guys, and I learned from them. I learned from the better guys from sparring with them. That's why I always recommend my clients who work with me in the Judoka Ascension program, when you're doing, for example, 5 rounds of randori, vary it up. So do, for example, like 2 rounds with a white belt, just so you can get your reps in of learning how to throw, to do your throw, to understand how to actually apply your throw in a real life scenario, and then make it like a pattern. So 2 white belts, 1 advanced guy. And then with the advanced guy, the benefit of doing randori with an advanced guy is that you learn from them. You can kind of mimic their style, learn from their kumikata, their technique, and then for the last 2 rounds, you can finish off with like 2 white belts, and then the 5th round, do it with another advanced guy. So vary up. There's benefits, pros and cons to randori with white belts and black belts. So it wasn't until I mastered these little tricks to land more throws. Okay, so a lot of it's in your gripping. A lot of you guys, the typical like beginner or like amateur level guy or even intermediate guys, they stay in this grip. Or even worse, they just grab like the top grip and they stay like this, especially in competitions. And they're just like playing a game of chess, waiting until one person attacks. When that's wrong, it's dangerous. You should like, you know, if they have you like this, just break the grip and just like move around, you know, like maybe tap them like you saw me do just then. Generate reactions, because what's going to happen is they're going to move closer into position. They're going to move closer into position for you to do your throw. So for example, let's say again they have you. One of my favorite, like when I fight against tall guys, there's this one guy at my dojo, for example, who grabbed me up here. But that's a perfect opportunity. He doesn't realize that he's opening my favorite grip, which is the armpit. And I learned this from Ono. So now I'm in perfect position to do my Osoto. And I don't have to be like super close. If I'm super close, even better. But even from a distance like this, especially when you're fighting really stiff guys who are literally like pushing you away with their arms, you can even use this elbow to push this one away, and boom, you're already in. And simply all you do, even from a distance, just reap. And then you catch them off balance. This is an example, right? This is Osoto, and I do this there all the time. So once you're here, you're gonna shift all your weight, and you already got some massive kazushi. He's already on one leg. And simply all you do is plant that foot, and I bring my support like here, and I already got my hips in, and that's when I throw him, I finish him off. And I've done this multiple times in randori. Here's an example. So that's just Osoto Gari, but this could apply for any throw. The point is you wanna generate reactions, okay? And if like, that's usually when they grab me top grip, I like to instantly get the armpit. But to generate a reaction, I like getting like a collar grip, just spinning them around, and that sets me up for a lot of throws. After I spin them around, I can come in for an Uchimata, I could do like another Osoto, just like a spin like that. You could do like Yoko Tomonage. I can't like do it well with this one. Let me see if I can pull off the Yoko with this stiff ass guy. I doubt it. It's like with the spinny and then kind of. But you get the point. I love doing that spinny move. It's so basic, but it works. It just creates so many openings for throws. And then another reason why you can't land your throws is because, well, I think that applies to the first two. But we'll dive more into it. It's because they're really stiff, right? Like they call it they post. You know, they post with their arms and they're like this almost. How do you break that? I kind of explained it in the beginning, but let's go more into depth. Let's say they got the traditional grip, like lapel and a sleeve hand like this, and they just won't break it. Well, you can use both your hands to rip it like this, and then just punish and just like push that arm down like this. And there you have your superior dominant grip. You can just do like a spin like I do, and then you can do any throw. It's really, guys, you're never really gonna master throwing people in randori if you're not doing it. So I can tell you all the secrets that I've figured out over the years, but it's not gonna work for you until you're taking action. This is essentially mental masturbation. You guys gotta take massive, messy action in your own game if you wanna master your own game, because everybody's unique. Everybody has unique fighting styles, unique physicality. Some people are taller, some people are shorter. Shorter guys have more success with drop moves like seonages and katagurumas. Tall people, they're better at like ashiwaza. I'm kind of in the middle, right? I'm 5'10", so I do a mix of both. So my main throw is Osoto, obviously. Osoto Otoshi. So I'd like to just, move around, maybe play around with the feet like that, generate some reactions, and then finally I just tackle him chest to chest, kind of like Ono, and then I bring my head down. That just allows him to be on one leg. I love that move. It never fails me, unless I'm going against like a fat ass. It's super hard to move, but it's like a really easy throw. I'm starting to play around with hip throws too, so it's like you can manage to get this tough Georgian grip where it's like here and you can literally grab the belt. That is an amazing setup for a Georgian Koshiguruma. That one's pretty good. And guys, for any forward throw, I guess I'll add this as the last tip. Look how deep I get my foot in. If you can get your foot in like literally this deep and pull him, and you turn your head all the way around, you're gonna throw. I started doing this with my Uchimata. It's an exercise that I have in my one-on-one coaching program. I call it the Koshiguruma deep step exercise. It's basically where I start my workout with 25 Koshigurumas on the dummy, but I make sure to step super deep. I lunge step 25 times, and it just builds that muscle memory habit in my legs. So then when I finish my last 25 throws as part of the workout in the program, I do Uchimata, 'cause that's one of my main throws. And then I already have that habit of like literally lunging so deep that my Uchimata becomes a lot easier. And that happens in randori now. Like it's just like second nature. I developed that from so much like deep stepping with the workouts in this coaching program that I use for myself too, not only my clients. And I'm landing a lot more forward throws, hip throws, and Uchimata pretty much. I don't really do hip throws, just Osoto and Uchimata. But guys, doing that little exercise that I just showed you is gonna really improve your forward throws. This works for all hip throws, it works for all Uchimata, and Seonage even. With the Not if you do like the traditional like right left, but more so like the cross with the left and then you deep step like that. Like there's people that do seonage like that, and it looks like this. Let me put it here. I saw first Elias Iliadis, the Greek. He's retired now, but he would do this one, right? So like ippon seonages regularly is like this. But if you're doing like the method I'm teaching, you cross with your left, and then you stay right foot in deep. It works for so many forward throws that involve the hips, guys. Really work on that. You're gonna start landing more throws. Once you break that grip from stiff people, just instantly get that leg in super deep. I would say try to get it a foot past their feet. So like if they're here, get your right foot here, not here, or even worse, in front of them. You're not gonna land your throw. You're just gonna slip off and they're gonna counter you. Get it super deep and instantly turn your head. I promise you do that, you're gonna start throwing more people. So let's do a quick recap. So I talked about, what was it? The stiffness at first, like breaking the grips. Number 2, generating reactions from the spin. And number 3 was we talked about more in depth of point 1, but then number 4 was this last tip I gave you, which was stepping super deep in. And that's just gonna make all your forward throws increase the success rate of them for sure. Okay guys, that's all I got for you. I got judo training later today. I'm gonna do some randori at the dojo, put into play everything I'm working on, pretty much everything I give my clients as well. I do myself. I practice what I preach as a coach. So guys, if you're struggling to land throws in randori and you're frustrated, you've kind of been doing judo for, let's say, 1 to 5 years, and you have these techniques, you've been listening to me, like, 2 to 3 throws, but your success rate during randori or whatever match isn't as high as you'd like, and you want my help, you want to join this Judokas Suji program, there's two ways to get in touch with me. Links in the description. You could DM me on Instagram, just DM me the word train, or you could straight up book a call. The link is the Calendly link. Just find a time and we'll see if you're a good fit to work together. All right, see you in the next vid.